we're live, I think. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. First. Oh, that's dual audio. There we go. Welcome to the first YouTube stream for me. I am... Oops, that was a bad place to pause. I'm Radeon, and it's rough. Oh, it's so scuffed. Don't you just love it? Welcome, everybody. And, yeah, we're here. Hi. I have internet. I have everything running. I'm here. Is anybody else here? Is it just me? That's okay, because I would totally understand. Okay. Yeah, cool. I had to change everything. I had to change everything to make this work, basically. That's how it always happens, is I'm always changing stuff up, and it's always to my detriment. But also, having internet is very helpful. Spectrum finally saw fit to provide me with some internet. Thank you, guys. I can work now. So, I'm late to the party. I've missed basically all of the announcement stuff. Everybody's giving spoilers. It's spoiler territory now, guys. Let's go watch this thing together, yeah? You guys down for that? Let's go do that. Zach, thank you. I'm glad to be here, too. I've just been trying to fix stuff here, so I missed everything. Like everything. It was terrible. How about that thumbnail, though? Like, I couldn't miss this after that thumbnail. Such a good thumbnail. Which, for streaming on YouTube, you have to make a thumbnail, by the way. That's a thing, apparently. Anyway. Let's go and check this thing out. The best thing about doing it this way, the news is still fresh, and we can skip all the self-congratulatory, shareholder-focused nonsense, which I undoubtedly is what they're probably leading with. Look at how awesome we are. Okay, buy our stuff now. But the reason I cover these and not NVIDIA's or Intel's, these things, AMD's just usually better at these. Let's all be honest about that. Intel's figuring stuff out. NVIDIA, Jensen's like, no, there's no one else qualified to talk to you. Just me. It's my show. Dr. Lisa Su is better about putting other people on stage who she trusts, leaders in their field. So let's watch them. All right, guys, are y'all ready? Thank you, guys. Thank you. Well, let's do this. And of course, this is being something that's going to be up on YouTube. So I'm probably, I'll do my takes and all that, but I might not respond too much to chat. I will here and there. But of course, love you guys for being here. Thank you so much. And thank you for being patient. Let's go check out some GPUs. Please, 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 please take care of the mid-range and budget market, guys. Please. I'm just begging AMD right now to, in retrospect, to cover the markets that are being completely ignored by NVIDIA. Please! Okay. Let's go. For those of you who already know, don't roll your eyes at me. I know actually I could have just checked the news and been like, yeah, they did it, or no, they didn't. Whatever. Okay. Let's check it out. Do we want to watch the music video? Is there a music video? There's probably a music video. Yeah, they're very good at this.
Welcome! Welcome, welcome, and thank you all for joining us today. It's so exciting to be here back in Las Vegas in person, so thank you all for joining us and being part of our audience, and also welcome to all of you who are joining us online from around the world. So are you excited for today?
I was, until my internet went down.
We have some amazing new products to show you, so let's go ahead and get
like
started.
A caged animal.
And you guys all know us well. At AMD, we're all about high performance and adaptive computing, and really using technology to create solutions to the world's most important challenges. Now, whether you're talking about cloud services, or 5G networks, or AI, or automotive, or PCs, AMD technology is truly everywhere, touching the lives of billions of people.
Remember that self-congratulatory shareholder nonsense? That's that, yep.
Every single day. Now, we're in an incredibly busy time for AMD. It's an incredible period of innovation. We're in the midst of introducing actually 4 new architectures to the market across more than a dozen products. So if you look at it, we started with...
At least we don't really have to worry as much about getting, like, all these different facets of our oncoming dystopian future, AI-controlled future, like we do with Jensen. Like that's, he's always pulling some kind of frightening stuff right out of that leather jacket of his.
Are going to launch in 2023. But of course, today it's all about gaming, and we're here to talk about our next generation
It's
gaming
not all about gaming.
architecture
It is
with
not.
RDNA.
Don't go that route again. Don't. Look, last time it was all our roadmap is gaming and gaming this, gaming that, and it's like, what about literally every other use for a GPU? Anything else? So please, 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 AV1, we need. Okay, so real quick, guys, before we get in, before we do this, what I'm looking for here is, well, I'm excited about the chiplet thing. That should mean better yields, more GPUs, okay, per wafer, right? Okay, easier to get, quality silicon. You're getting smaller pieces, all that, right? But we're looking for pricing between $500 to $900, right? That range is completely ignored right now. Completely ignored. Okay, we're looking for that. We're looking for AV1 encoding, maybe dual like NVIDIA did. That would be baller right there. That would be the pro move because it's been out for like a month. You know, they had time to be like, no, that's not. No, there's not enough time to add. And additional, they had to have everything manufactured already and tested, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so never mind. It's not like they can just like, well, let's undo the months and months of work we've already done. Yeah, and I know, but still, for like maybe the future, whatever. Anyways, I don't know. That's just that was a pro move by NVIDIA going dual AV1 encoders. So at least one though, at least a good solid encoder that's an improvement over the last one that we can actually start recommending and that you'll see as an option in OBS. OBS, looking at you guys here, all right? Stop just doing, you know, well, I mean, of course, they had the good encoder in there. So hopefully, I mean, they're part of it. But right now, here's what's upsetting. Right now, AV1 encoding is like only for NVIDIA in OBS, as if ARC GPUs don't exist. Really dumb move from OBS. But anyways, we'll see. All right, that's what we're hoping for, and we're hoping for a range of GPUs. I'm worried that people in chat are giving me spoilers. I haven't seen any of this. I'm telling you what I'm hoping for: an actual range of GPUs, not just like here's our thing to beat NVIDIA. Beating NVIDIA is all that matters. No, your consumers are what matters. And the mid-range, the mid-range market is always ignored at the very beginning. Intel didn't do that. They released their lower end GPU first, and that was like gangster right there. That was a good move right there. It wasn't great, but for encoding it was. And then then it took forever to release the rest of them. Whatever. Not the best example, but still. So we're looking for a range of GPUs, including the mid market there, not just high end. And we're looking for a price range between $500. Just a range between $500 to $900. That's what I'm looking for. So that's what we're hoping for. Let's see what we get.
So now just a minute about gaming, right? We all love gaming. Gaming is really in AMD's DNA. And when you look through 2025, we're expecting 3.5 billion gamers in the world. And our goal is really to push the limits of gaming innovation to really provide the best solutions across the board together with all of our gaming partners. So whether you're talking about developers creating new games and experiences, or you're talking about the companies that are serving the content, or you're playing your games on your devices, or you're a streamer that are really trying to...
You want a dangerous drinking game here? Take a shot every time Dr. Lisa Su says game or gamer or gaming. Don't do that. You will perish. You will perish of alcohol poisoning.
At the heart of all of the world's most popular gaming devices.
It is important, though.
The top gaming PC OEMs systems, cloud gaming services, Sony PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Valve Steam Deck.
Can I skip some of this?
We're also bringing gaming to automotive with the newest generation of Teslas. And of course, for all of the folks out there who are building your own PCs, we love the DIY market for all of the PCs that you build. Now, when you think about that, why is gaming so important to AMD? It's really all about pushing the envelope on innovation. Just over a month ago, we launched our next generation desktop PC processor, the Ryzen 7000 series, which was really the most advanced processors for gamers and creators. And the response has been really incredible.
And creators? I heard creators. Oh my God.
We have phenomenal gaming and creative performance, and it's all enabled by our new Zen 4 core in 5 nanometer. Now, with Ryzen 7000,
Oh,
we
she's
also
talking about
launched our
CPUs.
next
I
generation
zoned
AM5
out.
desktop platform, which has all of the latest I/O, and we're committing to delivering socket longevity on that through 2025 and beyond for lots of future upgrades. And we also know that people love AM4, and AM4 is going to continue for a long, long time. And for there, Ryzen 7 5800X3D is also a fantastic choice for gamers.
What? They're going to continue manufacturing
now, today,
all this stuff.
It's
That's
all
good.
about
That's
the
good.
next
People like that
generation of
platform,
Radeon graphics,
I guess.
and how we deliver the future of gaming
Here we
with
go.
the world's most advanced graphics architecture.
Look, the red stripe is sick. Okay, I love that. I love it so much. It's in the thumbnail. It's in, like I incorporated that. Like, that is sick. I love a detail like that in a place you wouldn't normally see it, in the fin stack there. That is nice. That is nice. Anyway.
Architecture, RDNA 3. So let me start and tell you a little bit about RDNA 3. We really set truly ambitious goals for RDNA 3. And as you know, at the forefront for what we're doing is it's all about power and energy efficiency. And we want to make sure that we continue to innovate around performance per watt leadership to enable all of the gamer upgrades to be done with fantastic performance, but at a reasonable power. And we also wanted to significantly raise the bar in performance to support the next generation of 4K gaming and beyond, and really recognize that there are a lot of faster and higher resolution displays. And then finally, we also look at it as not just about the chip and not just about the card, but really what is the gaming experience we can bring. And that means new AMD software features, that means platform technologies, and really end-to-end solutions with our CPUs and GPUs and software coming together. So there's a lot of innovation in RDNA 3, and we'll tell you all about it today. Now, there's a lot been said about our new chiplet design, so let me start with our chiplet design. This is the world's first chiplet gaming GPU. Now, why did we use chiplets? Chiplets really allow us to use a modular approach to optimize the performance and efficiency of the overall design. And so with our chiplets, like we've done on the CPU side, on the GPU side, we're mixing and matching the right technology for each function. Now, the graphics compute die is a high-performance 5-nanometer technology design, and it contains all of the high-performance compute in the GPU. That includes the shaders, the display engine, and a brand-new media engine as well. And then the other die is a memory cache die, and it's built in 6-nanometer process technology, and includes the memory subsystem that features the GDDR6 controllers, as well as up to 96 megabytes of infinity cache. And as a result, we have just an incredible capability with more than 61 teraflops of compute. By the way, do you guys think you need 61 teraflops of compute?
Sure.
We also have the world's fastest chiplet interconnect to enable 5.3 terabytes per second of peak bandwidth. And that allows us to unlock the full potential of 24 gigabytes of GDDR6. So altogether, when you put that together, we have 58 billion transactions.
There's no X at the end of that. It's not just me seeing that, right? Like, it's not GDDR6X. Is that is that something I'm missing here? Is that exclusive to NVIDIA? Is that like, I don't know, like, you can't have it if you're not NVIDIA? Why don't they have GDDR6X? What's the bandwidth of their VRAM? And when compared, well, we'll see.
In this design, which gives us just an incredible amount of gaming performance. It sounds like there's a few excited people out there. Okay, so now let me show you for the very first time our newest chiplet gaming GPU.
She loves that. She loves that thing right there. She just hold it up.
This may be my favorite part of my job.
There you go. Yeah. I see you. I see you.
All right. So, look, as I said earlier, we set very ambitious goals for RDNA 3, especially around energy efficiency. And I'm pleased to say that we actually exceeded our goals. So our engineers did a fantastic job, and we made great improvements between RDNA 1 and RDNA 2. And with RDNA 3, we actually achieved a 54% gen-over-gen improvement in performance per watt. And when you put all of that together into what really matters...
Now, they're not focusing on performance. They're focusing on performance per watt. And I'm honestly not mad at it. I'm not mad at that. It's enough. It's enough. It's like I'm getting really, really tired of this, like, Mopow. Like, Mopow Baby is great, you know, for Donut Media. It's awesome for them. But in your PC, like, we're going to exceed what a North American outlet can provide after a while. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous with the power requirements. I mean, I've seen spikes on the 13900K of well over 400 watts. Spikes, right? But that's a spike. It's still, it's there. Like, that was just today and well, not today. No. That was when in Paul's hardware review of the 13900K, over 400 watts spike. Like, that's crazy on a processor. So, yeah, and that's for GPUs. That's you already know. All right, sorry, I got to turn off my ringer before I get back to this. There we go.
We're about building the best products for you. So today, I'm incredibly proud that we're going to announce our first two RDNA 3 graphics cards. The Radeon RX.
Please tell me this isn't all they announce. Please tell me this is not all they announce. No, man. It's not how they did it last year. There were 3. And it wasn't just their top, whatever. Just go ahead.
The Radeon RX 7900 XTX with 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 and the 7900 XT with 20 gigabytes. So you can imagine these are just incredible gaming cards. So now I'm going to turn it over to Sam, Scott, and Frank that are going to take you through all of the exciting product details. Sam?
These things are over $1,000. I'm going to flip out. Like, I'm going to go King Kong over here. And just, like, be off the top of a building, swatting away airplanes. I'm seriously, I am so apprehensive right now. I want to just open up Twitter and look. I won't do it. I won't do it. That's why I turned my ringtone off. I was like, nope. I won't do it. But I still. Please don't go that way.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Well, as she said, with RDNA 3, our vision was to engineer the most advanced 4K and 8K gaming platform for gamers and creators, containing the features, performance, and
gamers
efficiency
and creators.
to provide
Okay,
the
I heard
best
creators.
gaming
That's the
experience.
second time I've heard it, I think.
To achieve this
They said it more
vision,
than that.
we have brought unprecedented innovation to all aspects of the design. Now, it's my privilege to hit on a few of those highlights for you this morning. The first and most evident innovation is that we have leveraged our industry-leading expertise in chiplets, honed on our Ryzen and EPYC lines, to bring chiplet architecture to GPUs. The magic of chiplet design is being able to use the right technology for the right job. So we created 2 very different chiplets connected with high bandwidth interconnects specific to graphics. With the graphics compute die, we spin that precious 5 nanometer silicon where it matters, in the core GPU engine where all the computation occurs to enable great performance and performance per watt.
What I would like is if this guy
For
spoke
that
slower.
small
He's going
memory
too
cache
fast for me.
die, we use the mature 6 nanometer technology to implement the GDDR6 memory interfaces and our 2nd generation Infinity Cache. These diminutive but powerful MCDs feature a 2nd generation Infinity Cache, each connected to 64 bits of high-speed GDDR6 memory, combined up to a width of 384 bits.
Huh.
We've tuned this Infinity Cache
Okay.
to enable better data reuse with less capacity to accomplish several things for us. With the high hit rates, it directly sources most of the memory requests, and this delivers data to the engine in less time and uses less power than going out to DRAM. With our high bandwidth
He's
Infinity
so
Fabric
excited about
chiplet
this.
interconnect, we've
Like, he's
increased
so
the peak
excited.
bandwidth from our RDNA 2 implementation by an astonishing 2.7 times. And that's where that 5.3 terabytes per second number you just heard comes from. These support the gaming at the highest resolutions. So now I want to take you a little bit deeper, click down into that graphics compute die, which is built around our new RDNA 3 compute units, where we've continued with our area-efficient unified architecture that shares resources between rendering, AI, and ray
media
tracing
engine.
to make most effective use of each transistor.
There you go.
In addition, contained within this GCD is a key part of delivering a great gaming experience, driving the latest displays with massive refresh rates for high-resolution gaming. All of the latest media formats are in there with our media and display engines.
What about the new DisplayPort?
Now to the core of the engine,
2.1?
which is the new unified RDNA 3 compute unit, specifically optimized for high-resolution gaming. The key word here is unified, which means we have a tightly integrated unit which shares resources.
Dual issue stream processors, 2x32, dual issue stream. Okay, so wait, when they say 2x32 dual issue stream processors on one of those, and they say it on another one, does that mean that each of those is 2x32, or is that for both? Whatever. AI accelerator and second gen RT accelerator. I'm really interested to see how they do with ray tracing this time around.
To deliver the most power and area efficient performance. We've tuned it to provide the right blend of flexible, highly efficient stream processing, additional AI acceleration capabilities, and greatly enhanced ray tracing acceleration. All of this is fed by a general.
I think you mean AV1, right? You mean AV1 encoder? Cuddles? Welcome, buddy, by the way. What's up? Do you have Starfield Turbo Addiction? Yeah, no spoilers, please. I need to stop reading chat because
Purpose register file with 50% more capacity than the RDNA 2 design, which boosts the performance of all the functions. To deliver this well-rounded feature set, we've leveraged 5 nanometer to the fullest to pack 54% more transistors in less area, increasing our density by 165%. Well, as every chip designer knows, it's a lot of transistors. And as every chip designer knows, smaller is faster and more power efficient. And so this enables RDNA 3 to deliver even a better gaming experience. Now, looking at the stream processors, we took a huge step in RDNA 3 by going to dual issue Wave 32 units. This enables us to better utilize the data paths by issuing 2 different instructions down each 32-lane SIMD, or we can use them in parallel like we did in RDNA 2. We can issue different integer or floating point operations down each SIMD data path, mixing and matching based on the workload demand. The net result is faster frame render times for higher FPS from better utilization of all the functions in the compute unit. It handles now 2 times more instructions per clock.
Okay, so that's the route they're going.
So we have also greatly enhanced the RDNA AI acceleration. And AI, of course, enables a host of capabilities that are growing in importance to the gaming community. And we've increased the AI throughput for commonly used math functions, which, while integrating these tightly within our unified compute unit. These share the same register files, caches, and instruction scheduling as the stream processors. And the enhancements provide up to a 2.7x increase in AI performance in the most area and power efficient way possible, setting RDNA 3 up to exploit the current and future uses of AI. The final enhancement to mention to our compute unit is the ray tracing acceleration, which is built on new instructions in the shader and support for DXR ray flags and many improvements for ray box sorting and traversal. Amplifying all of this is the ability to enable more rays in flight with that 50% larger general purpose register file that I mentioned before, combined with larger L0 and L1 caches to back it up. These improvements provide compelling gains for ray trace gaming content with up to 50% more performance per compute unit.
Up to.
Next, I want to introduce you to our Radiance DisplayPort
DisplayPort 2.1. There you go.
Featuring the industry's first DisplayPort 2.1,
I knew
and
they
a
were going to slam dunk on
high-performance
NVIDIA
gaming
on that.
graphics card.
That's good. That's good stuff.
This DisplayPort enables 480 hertz
the
refresh
12-bit
rates at
color
4K
is where
resolution and
for
up
like
to 160.
for professionals that are working with really deep color grading, really high-end color grading, high-end footage, 16-bit raw footage, things like that. Or here you're looking at 12-bit color, a lot more color information going to your monitor and all that, which is really nice. But of course, higher resolutions, higher frame rates, all that kind of stuff. With more, anyway, I'll let him explain it. He's gonna be better at it.
At 8K. And the 12 color bits per channel enables an incredible 68 billion colors for amazingly realistic images and graphics.
8K 165. Okay, yeah, but 4K 480. I mean, I guess maybe CS:GO in 4K is finally going to actually get or like Rainbow Six Siege that actually gets those kind of frame rates. Like who okay. That's the thing about DisplayPort 2.1 is that it's beyond what either Team Red or Team Green can even come close to pushing in something like a AAA title. But that's the point, is that it's going to last for years, and that's how these things usually go. But it's impressive. It's really impressive tech.
And with the display link bandwidth of up now to 54 gigabits per second, we have doubled that bandwidth per port over RDNA 2. And this supports the unprecedentedly high refresh rates at the highest resolutions. In support of the latest media formats and standards, we have a new dual media engine, and it supports 2 simultaneous encode or decode streams up to 8K 60 or AVC and HEVC.
It had been rumored, but there you go, baby.
Decode, while also leveraging AI enhancements
That's it.
to improve video encoding and conference quality. And by greatly increasing the frequency inside the media engine, we delivered up to 1.8x the performance versus RDNA 2, reducing export times almost in half. So now a bit more about clock speeds.
I don't know how y'all know how frustrating it is to be someone who recommends things for people, right? Who recommends builds for people, and I've seen the value of Radeon cards and like the performance of them in the 6000 series. And if anyone even mentioned the slightest interest in streaming or in streaming their content or making content at all, or an interest in ray tracing in their games, I had to just nope. Sorry, AMD. Try again next time. Well, this is next time. And now they're meeting right up with NVIDIA when it comes to those dual AV1 encoders, simultaneous encode and decode. I'm not sure how many sessions you can actually have. With NVENC, you have 3 maximum sessions, which you can, depending on what you're doing, you can actually bump up against that limitation. That's when you're looking at their enterprise cards, it's like 6, I think. So it's like, why can't you just have that with the dual encoder, whatever? This is exciting. This is exciting because they finally didn't ignore. I mean, not getting ignored it completely before. It just was never up to snuff. This sounds impressive.
These are obviously critical to performance, and most workloads that we have found and analyzed are actually more limited by the front-end work distribution and command processing than by our high-performance shader engines. So we recognize that we could utilize higher frequencies in a smarter, more power-efficient way by using our nude RDNA 3 decoupled shader engine.
Did he say nude RDNA 3? Was that?
Engines. So we recognize that we could utilize higher frequencies in a smarter, more power-efficient way by using our nude RDNA 3
Oh my God, naked GPUs, guys. It's finally time. Nude RDNA 3, let's go.
Frequencies to run only the front end at a typical 2.5 gigahertz, while the shaders operate at a more efficient 2.3 gigahertz. Which is still 15% higher than RDNA 2 at launch. With this sort of advanced power management, we deliver the maximum frames per second while also saving up to 25% power. This contributes to our remarkable 54% product level performance per watt gain. With the higher frequency and the new dual issue
Look, guys, this is not someone who likes to present. Listen to this line, if I got it right here on the rewind.
With the higher frequency and the new dual issue RDNA 3 compute units, 54% product level performance per watt gain.
Wow, such excitement, much excite. But I mean, obviously the dude knows exactly what he's talking about. Not everyone can come out and hype up the whole crowd. But just that line is just like, he seems like they must be very tired. I imagine they're super tired. That's what I meant.
4% product level performance per watt gain. With the higher frequency and the new dual issue RDNA 3 compute units, we enable a 2.7x leap in raw compute power. You heard it from Lisa, a remarkable 61.6 teraflops of performance in this engine. Well, putting it all together, we have delivered on our vision by inventing the world's first chiplet-based gaming GPU, enabling the optimal use of 5nm technology, delivering 15% higher frequencies at 54% better power efficiency.
It says 18% back.
Our advanced chiplet interconnect provides an amazing 2.7x leap in peak bandwidth to feed that 60+ teraflop engine. The new unified RDNA 3 compute units have twice the instructions per clock, enabling them to fully utilize our data paths and provide incredibly high performance for rendering, ray tracing, and AI applications in the most power and area efficient way. We connect this rendering horsepower to the industry's first GPU DisplayPort 2.1 to support massive refresh rates and include the encode and decode for all the latest media standards.
There we go.
The result is what we set out to achieve, the most advanced GPU optimized for gamers and creators. Now I'd like to hand it over to Scott, who will tell you more about this incredible product.
What's up, gamers? How is everybody doing today?
He was just 0.25 too slow. He was just, that's it. That's all it was. Just a little speed up. That's all he needed. Little pep in his step.
Oh, we've been working on this for 3 years, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of hours in our engineering group. And I'm sure they're tuning in today, but I can't be more proud of what they've been able to create for you and to create for us, and it's going to be a great time. So
Jersey's
now, I know what you want to see: performance, price, and availability. Is that right? Do you want to see that?
Yes, please.
Sounds good, but you're going to have to stay for a little bit to get availability and price, but I'll show you performance. I'll show you some performance. So today, 4K sets the standard where enthusiast GPUs are measured. According to IDC, in the last 5 years, there is 3 times increase in shipments of 4K monitors. And the Radeon RX 7900 XTX is going to be the perfect card to power your games at 4K. In pure rendering, the 7900 XTX is up to 1.7 times faster than our previous generation flagship GPU. And in ray tracing, we are seeing up to 1.6 times more performance in native 4K. What do you think?
Okay, right. But how long has the 4090 been out? Let's see how it compares. It's not going to beat it. It's not going to beat the 4090 is overpriced, overpowered, and that's why they made it like that. For things like this. But we should, if it's like, hey, this thing gets 88% of the performance of the 4090 for 50% of the price. Like, dude, that would be sick to show off, man. That would be like, and also for like with like half of the wattage or whatever. Not half, but you know what I mean. Anyway.
Now that you've seen the performance, allow me to introduce the Radeon RX 7900 XTX.
That name's a bit aggravating, but it looks sick.
Take a good look. We've spent a lot of time optimizing this car, but more importantly, making sure that you're going to be proud when you put it into your rig.
And able to put it into your rig. Look at the size. It's fine. His arm isn't shaking at all. Did you see Jensen's arm when he lifted up 4090 and he was like a little vein popping out on his forehead? You know? Like this is the size of a GPU, which is nice. Not a Buick, which is 4090. This is great, actually. And what that tells me is that it doesn't need as much of a monstrous cooler, which means it doesn't need as much power. I could just listen and find out. But I just love the picture of him holding this up right in front of AV1. That's beautiful.
Absolutely fantastic. This gaming card is built to provide exciting performance in 4K resolution and beyond. RDNA 3-based GPUs are like no other. It features 96 unified RDNA 3 compute units running at 2.3 gigahertz game clock, and it comes with 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 with 384-bit support. This card is future-ready with AV1 encode and decode for streaming and video export, and it has the latest DisplayPort 2.1 technology for up to 4K 480 frames per second or 8K 165 frames per second gaming capabilities. All, ladies and gentlemen, with a board power of just 355 watts. The XTX.
Almost 100 watts less. I know that
Today,
was behind him the whole
we are
time.
also announcing the Radeon RX 7900 XT, a massive leap in performance over the last generation. It features 84 unified compute units running at a game clock.
96 versus 85.
For AV1 and DisplayPort 2.1.
Oh, sorry, I skipped some. I need to
It features 84 unified compute units running at a game clock of 2 gigahertz and comes with 20 gigabytes of 320-bit GDDR6 memory with the same support for AV1 and DisplayPort 2.1. The 7900 series gaming cards are industry leaders in performance per watt. There is no need to rebuild your desktop, no need to upgrade your case, and there's no need for a new power adapter.
Yep, there you go. We knew it was going to come up. I knew it was going to come up. That little smirk, that little...
We made it as easy as pulling out your old
Firepad.
card and putting in a new one. Previous generation enthusiast GPUs, including those recently launched by our competitor, only support DisplayPort 1.4. Gamers who purchase these graphics cards will see limited frame rates. But with the RX 7900 series of GPUs, it'll allow you to actually see the frames you are paying for when you upgrade to a DisplayPort 2.1 monitor.
That's
If you are paying that much money for a brand new gaming card, you should demand a GPU that will allow you to game into the future. And only the 7900 series can give you that. And starting in early 2023, an incredible new generation of displays at a range of resolutions from leading display vendors will start rolling out to gamers, including this sneak peek from our friends at Samsung with their brand new Odyssey Neo G9.
Oh.
Expected to be the first DisplayPort 2.1 8K, I'll say that again, 8K, ultra widescreen gaming monitor ever. What do you think?
Well, it means 8K super ultra wide. Not
More
8K
details on the
16
design
by
and specs
9.
will be unveiled soon at CES in January of 2023. And to power high refresh rate gaming displays, both today and your future upgrades, we've developed a suite of powerful software enhancements, which includes technology.
Hang on. I got to get back to that. 1 second. So when he says Odyssey Neo G9 first 8K monitor, the Odyssey Neo G9 and the Odyssey G9, the previous one, they're basically two 1440p monitors stitched together, right? Great, it's a great monitor, but that's what it is. It's two 1440p monitors. By 8K, do they mean that it's two 4K monitors, but basically it's now 4K resolution, right? Like 2160 vertical? Is that what he means? Is that real 8K? That's why I hate that terminology of the Ks. Like it's 4K and 8K. There's like different grades of 4K and then 8K is like. So is that whatever? It's just a monitor. Who cares? We'll worry about that later.
Technologies such as Fidelity FX, Super Resolution, and Smart Access Memory. Combined with our new unified RDNA 3 compute units, the Radeon RX 7900 series delivers the next generation of high refresh rate gaming. AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution, or FSR, technology works on all modern GPUs to provide high fidelity visuals and incredible frame rates. In just 16 months, FSR will be available in 216 games, proving just how compelling open technologies are for the entire industry. Our latest update, FSR 2.2, reduces super resolution temporal ghosting, not only the artifacts on fast-moving objects, and it'll also be available in Forza Horizon 5 soon. Now, 1440p gaming displays with high refresh rates continue to be one of the fastest growing choices for gamers. With the 7900 XTX and Apex Legends, you will be able to reach the game's hard frame rate cap of 300 frames per second.
That's sick. That's sick.
And in other popular titles,
That's sick.
And in other popular titles, the 7900
1440p.
XTX can push your games to its limits. Games like Overwatch 2 and Valorant are great examples of why DisplayPort 2.1 is so important. Now there's finally a gaming card.
833 FPS. I mean, and if it's not over 800, then it's not playable. Clearly, get good, noob. Like, come on. That's why 833 FPS? Why that? And what is Valorant's FPS cap? Is it uncapped? No cap? No cap. No cap.
Hard to drive 300 to 800 frames plus frames per second gaming on ultra high refresh rate displays. Now at 4K, the 7900 XTX is the card to get. By turning on max settings in AAA games and using FSR upscaling, you can hit triple-digit performance.
That max settings.
It even makes playing competitive esports titles at 4K a real possibility. Hundreds of frames in your games at 4K resolution.
Huh.
Now, I'm not saying that you would, but you could play games with RX 7900 XTX that go beyond today's 8K 60 Hz limits. In Dawn of Ragnarok, the latest expansion to Ubisoft's acclaimed Assassin's Creed Valhalla, with FSR paired with the 7900 XTX, you'll be able to get 96 frames per second at a crisp 8K resolution.
Someone in the audience? My God! Who was that? It sounded. Who was that? That is crazy, though. That is legitimately crazy. Do you know how many pixels that is? That's ridiculous. I mean, he looks pleased as punch, and he should.
It's truly incredible to see and experience. The RX 7900 series can power the next generation of displays like 8K ultra-wide or high refresh rate 8K displays above 60 Hz. Next generation RDNA 3 compute units, new levels of memory bandwidth combined with the latest upscaling technologies deliver the performance to power these incredible experiences. A lot of gamers are excited about features like ray tracing in their games. Today, I'm excited to announce that DirectX ray tracing is coming to one of the most popular franchises in the world, Halo Infinite by 343 Industries. Halo Infinite will now support ray trace shadows across arena and big team battle modes, and players with AMD hardware will notice improved lighting, sharper shadows, and increased performance on RX 7000 series platforms with ray tracing acceleration. DXR will be available in Season 3, so look for it in your graphics settings soon.
Did you see that? RT
And with the RDNA 3
on, RT
architecture,
off,
real-time ray tracing performance.
like totally just like the RTX on, RTX off thing. But hold on, are they doing the thing where it's like you have to have AMD ray tracing, or is Halo Infinite getting ray tracing for just Halo Infinite?
Performance has greatly improved generation over generation. In Dying Light 2, with ray tracing features turned to the max, the 7900 XTX delivers performance above 60 frames per second with FSR at 4K. Cyberpunk and Hitman 3 also have significant performance uplifts, giving you the performance you need to stay immersed in your game. But today we're also announcing a tech.
Well, I want to go back to that. Hang on a second. I think I missed something there. So this is native rendering, right? I mean, that's not DLSS, obviously. So Cyberpunk 2077, 4K, ultra ray trace settings, 62 FPS. That's actually kind of impressive. Native rendering. That game is notorious. It's the reason I run that for a benchmark every time. Every time. Doesn't matter what else I run. I always run Cyberpunk. And that's impressive. Seriously.
Performance above 60 frames per second with FSR at 4K. Cyberpunk and Hitman 3 also have significant performance uplifts, giving you the performance you need to stay immersed in your game. But today we're also announcing a technical partnership with the Callisto Protocol coming in December. This third-person survivor horror game developed by Striking Distance Studios features incredible lighting and shadow effects, along with movie-quality textures and animations to set the eerie mood in this sci-fi experience.
Spoopy.
Ray tracing is used to full effect here, with
pause,
shadows,
they wait for applause, and it's like people are like,
and glossy refractions coming together to
about
capture the most subtle details that create giant leaps in realism. At 4K and higher resolution, the Radeon RX 7900 series is optimized to deliver incredible frame rates to power this experience. Now,
they always have these kind of partnerships. There's specific games, things like that are optimized for their cards and all that. But you know, I don't know. It always kind of throws me off. It's like, good for you. We don't like. What if I don't like that game or that type of game? Like, that's not what I'm here for. But this is part of it. This is part of it. It's okay. It's part of the show.
We're also announcing a technical partnership with Luminous Productions and their action RPG, Forspoken, launching in January. Luminous Productions has created...
Yeah, or Chaos. FSR doesn't work the same as DLSS, though. It's not the same thing. Definitely not making frames out of nothing, right? But yeah, it's not really how how FSR works.
Some truly breathtaking visuals in a fully realized fantasy world, powered by hybrid ray tracing for realistic lighting and shadows on the characters and environments. Forspoken looks and runs incredibly fast thanks to its implementation of Fidelity FX features, including FSR, variable rate shading, ambient occlusion, and downsampler, all optimized for Radeon. We've worked closely with game studios to optimize for the next generation of games. At Ubisoft, Snowdrop has been in development for over a decade and is one of its most important gaming engines. This is the same engine utilized across a variety of PC and multi-platform titles, from Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope to Tom Clancy's Division 2. By the way, one of my personal favorites, long live the Bullet King. If you play the game, you'll know. Today, we are announcing our partnership with their next generation engine. This tech demo is beautifully rendered with global illumination, blur reflections, and shadows in addition to other effects that the Snowdrop engine uses, such as volumetric weather effects and micro detail rendering. We've worked with Ubisoft to add a highly optimized AMD ray tracing implementation that unlocks even smarter ray processing than DXR alone can provide. With high performance ray tracing enabled on a 7900 XTX, we are getting frame rates above 80 frames per second at 4K with FSR2. We're excited to see the Snowdrop engine come to life in major upcoming titles, including Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, Splinter Cell, and Ubisoft's Star Wars project. Right?
What was this, Star Wars? What? What's Star Wars? Sorry, I zoned out there for a while until he said Star Wars, but...
Let's go, indeed. With the announcement of Unreal Engine 5, a lot of gamers, including myself, are excited to see what new games and experiences will be created in this popular engine. UE5 is optimized to take full advantage of our unified RDNA 3 compute units with excellent ray tracing and rasterization performance. In this UE5 sample, optimized for Radeon, we're able to hit an average of 60 frames per second at 4K with FSR2 enabled. Even with the resounding success of FSR2, we won't stop there. I'm excited to show you a preview of a brand new version of Fidelity FX super resolution technology, appropriately named FSR3.
Right.
FSR3 combines our best-in-class temporal super resolution technology and our new AMD Fluid Motion Frames technology to deliver more frames per second in your games.
Okay.
Fluid Motion Frames increases FPS when using very demanding settings. FSR3 will provide up to a 2x increase in frames per second at 4K resolution over FSR2, a significant boost across your supported games, and will be coming to PC gamers in 2023. To give an idea of what's possible with our brand new generation of gaming cards, I'd like to show you what Sava and his small team of artists were able to create using a standard animation pipeline to build their dark sci-fi fantasy film, Beckoning, an Unreal Engine in just 4 months. Let's hear from Sava.
My name is Sava Živković. I wrote and directed Beckoning, and I want to briefly talk about how Unreal Engine 5 and AMD are empowering small teams to create cinema-class animated films. In Unreal Engine 5, Lumen and Nanite shine with the Radeon RX 7900 XTX, allowing us to walk around completely lit environments and characters and to explore the shots. This significantly speeds up the production and enables us to make creative...
Seriously. But yeah.
Pretty cool. By the way, in reviewing that video, it sure does make it look easy to create a new movie, doesn't it? But it does. I don't think it is. The Radeon RX 7900 series are the most advanced gaming GPUs. First of all, they are easy to upgrade into your existing gaming rig. They feature industry-leading enthusiast GPU support for next-generation displays. They will deliver ultra-high frame rates in both native and upscale games, and of course comes with up to 24 gigabytes of memory to drive the next generation of games and advanced workloads. All of our innovations enable the 7900 XTX to deliver an incredible leap in performance of up to 1.7 times faster 4K gaming. Now, let me invite Frank Azor to the stage to show you how the Radeon RX 7900 series powers the next generation of gaming and streaming experiences. Frank?
Yes, incredible.
I am incredibly excited to be here with you guys today. It's just been so long since we've been able to all be together and to do this the way it deserves to be done, right? In person and just with all these incredible games and visuals behind us. What do you guys think about the new graphics cards? Awesome, right? Don't worry, Scott's gonna come back and tell you when you're gonna be able to get them and what they're gonna be priced at, okay, I promise. But they're incredible graphics cards. But you know what's even more incredible is that at AMD, you get more than just a great graphics card. We're committed to building the absolute best gaming, creating, and streaming experiences. I'm going to share with you today a little bit about some of our latest developments of how we're pulling it all together to bring you the next generation of PCs. Great hardware, as you've seen today, deserves great software. And AMD Adrenalin is your software interface for harnessing the full potential of your AMD-powered system. We're committed to bringing you an Adrenalin software that you can depend on, and that offers you state-of-the-art features and next-level gaming experiences, as well as streaming and for creating. If you're not already familiar with AMD Adrenalin, let me catch you up real quickly to what you've been missing. Adrenalin is your hub for just about everything. You can find and launch your games, plus monitor your stats and performance across all the games on your system, all from one home screen. You can customize your Radeon settings for each game, as well as record and stream those games right from within the UI. You can even turn your system into its own personal game server and connect your smartphone, tablet, or another Windows PC to play your games remotely from anywhere. And of course, you can take full control over your AMD graphics card and your Ryzen CPU and tune them for maximum performance and efficiency. Adrenalin, it's simply awesome. But there's probably two things that I love most about Adrenalin. First, it's the fact that all these features are within one unified UI. And second, it's a completely unlocked experience, meaning we don't force you to create an account. You're not going to be monitored by us. You're not going to be tracked. You can just access all these features. You can customize your system to your content and just play the games you love, because that's what you deserve. So let me talk to you about some of the upcoming features you can expect from the next version of Adrenalin. Existing features like Radeon Super Resolution, Radeon.
Okay. I muted myself. Okay, I got it. I got it. See, I'm not reading chat because I actually got a bit of a spoiler earlier, even though I said no spoilers. Okay, guys. All right, let me see how long people keep saying that I'm muted. Let's see how long people keep saying it. I'm not muted anymore. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. You know what? It's not a Braythorn stream unless I do that. Get your Braythorn bingo cards out. Mark off muted. Let's go back a bit. I know. I'm sorry. Just so I can comment on it. I'll cut out this part.
It's simply awesome. Personal game server.
What was the last thing I said before I started? What was it? I don't have a delay set up. It's just there. But I just saw that chat, so Mr. Cuddles, the Cuddles. So let's just go back from here. Okay, I'll go back over what I was talking about.
With AMD Adrenalin, let me catch you up real quickly to what you've been missing. Adrenalin is your hub for just about everything. You can find and launch.
Did you guys hear me talk about how every program wants to do everything? Did I get that part? Was that muted or not? There really is a delay. Man, that bugs me. It's really not as bad on Twitch. Not at all. I got a lot of... Hey, thanks for hanging out, guys. I got, what, 66 viewers. Nice. That's more than I've been averaging on Twitch. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for staying while I was muted. I appreciate that. Do me a favor. It'll get the stream will be more recommended if you drop a like. I know that. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, I'd really, really appreciate it. Just click that while you've been watching. If you've been enjoying this, I mean, we're really just chilling out. You're getting some commentary. Okay. That was muted. Okay. All right. I'll go back and just a bit and let him lead into talking about that, and then I'll get into it.
We're committed to bringing you an Adrenalin software that you can depend on and that offers you state-of-the-art features and next-level gaming experiences, as well as streaming and for creating.
Okay, features. He mentioned features. Features are great. Everybody loves features, right? But features bring complexity. The more features you have, the more complex a program is, the thicker that application is, and the more processing power and RAM it takes. So every time you're watching something like this and they're talking about, we've added this and we've added that and we've got these features, understand that it's going to be more RAM hungry. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, do you really want to have this running all the time? Especially when you have overlap. Like every program wants to do everything. IQ wants to do all this stuff with your PC. And then Armory Crate wants to monitor everything and have you run all your stuff through it. And then it's like, I have 12 programs that want to do everything. And it gets really annoying. Really, really annoying after a while. So and it's no different for, you know, programs like this. But there are some benefits to Adrenalin over NVIDIA's software. Usually.
If you're not already familiar with AMD Adrenalin, let me catch you up real quickly to what you've been missing. Adrenalin is your hub for just about everything.
Ugh.
You can find and launch your games, plus monitor your stats and performance across all the games on your system, all from one home screen. You can customize your Radeon settings for each game, as well as record and stream those games right from within the UI. You can even turn your system into its own.
You don't need to be a streaming program. You don't need to be a streaming. You don't need to be a broadcast software. Why would we want that? Control the GPU. That's it. That's all we need from our GPU software. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's going to have all this stuff running and ready to go all the time. Like, it's really, really annoying that they think that, oh, there obviously isn't open broadcast software out there that doesn't exist. There's certainly none that has that as an acronym for the name. So let's just, you know, let's put it into our program.
Own personal game server and connect your smartphone, tablet, or another Windows PC to play your games remotely from anywhere.
Well, that's
and
cool.
of course, you can take full control over your AMD graphics card and your Ryzen CPU. And
why would we? There's Ryzen Master for that. You guys know about that program, right? You made it. Why do we need to? Well, we just uninstall Ryzen Master, I guess, if it has every feature of Ryzen Master. But what if it doesn't? If it doesn't have every feature of Ryzen Master, you got to have both. So why put control for the CPU in your GPU software? Oy vey.
Tune them for maximum performance and efficiency. Adrenaline, it's simply awesome. But there's probably two things that I love most about Adrenaline. First, it's the fact that all these features are within one unified UI.
So there you go. They didn't change that. There's no login required, no registration. That's one of the, that's right there. Whatever, just other than the fact that they want to do absolutely everything with it and make it a huge chunky program, I'll forgive that because of this. I love that.
And second, it's a completely unlocked experience, meaning we don't force you to create an account. You're not going to be monitored by us. You're not going to be tracked. You can just access all these features. You can customize your system to your content and just play the games you love, because that's what you deserve.
Yeah, no.
So let me talk to you about some of the upcoming features you can expect from the next version of Adrenaline. Existing features like Radeon Super Resolution, Radeon Boost, and Anti-Lag are huge performance amplifiers for your gaming experience. But let's be honest, most of us don't want to have to learn about each new feature, how it works, which games it works on, which features work best with one another. When we finally get some time to sit down and game, it's just too much complexity to deal with. I just want to get in the game and I want to play. So we heard you. To simplify all this, we're introducing HyperRX mode. With HyperRX, we've redeveloped these performance boosting technologies to all work together and at the same time, compounding their benefits and giving you a one-click experience to improve frame rate and latency. In the game Dying Light 2,
okay, but that's not, you can still control each one individually, right? Like you don't have to do this, right? It's probably an option, sure. Introducing today. Oh, introducing, coming 1H 2023.
Just to give you an example, in the game Dying Light 2, we're seeing performance improvements with HyperRX up to 85% with 1/3 of the latency. It's incredible. So look forward to HyperRX coming out early next year, and you can experience it yourself. All right, so let's talk about what are we doing to help improve your recording and your streaming experience.
Yes, please.
OBS, as many of you know, is the leading video recording and live streaming platform out there, and it's used by some of the world's most successful and popular streamers. Well, we've partnered with OBS to improve video streaming quality across all bit rates on Radeon RX 6000 and 7000.
Oh, sick.
Cards.
Really?
Additionally, with the new AMD RDNA 3 media engine, we've added AV1 hardware encoding, improving quality and transforming live streaming.
Oh, wait,
in this example, we're looking at a recorded image of Halo, captured with OBS on the Radeon 7900 XTX graphics card.
Yeah, AV1.
Both images were captured at the same 3.5 megabit per second bit rate.
Yeah.
As you can see behind me, the quality of the stream and the text within it is visibly pixelated. But with the addition of our AV1 hardware encoding, updated pre-analysis and pre-filtering algorithms, plus our OBS optimizations, the playback quality substantially improves, providing a clear, sharp, and a smooth viewing experience. Additionally, with Xilinx AI and content adaptive machine learning technology, we've integrated that into the AMD framework, and it's been trained to learn, predict, and target small text and menus, making them legible again.
Dude, what is with the shaky cam here? What is going on there? It's so weird. Like, I don't know. It's like it's in Las Vegas. I guess Las Vegas is close to California, but I mean, I don't think they get earthquakes there, do they? Maybe.
Especially when streaming at low bit rates and resolutions up to 1080p. The new AMD RDNA 3 media engine reaches beyond streaming, though. With our dedicated AV1 hardware processing, video encoding is up to 7 times faster than software, even at ultra-high resolutions like 8K. Support for the RDNA 3 media engine will be available across applications like Adobe Premiere Pro, FFmpeg, Handbrake, and in upcoming releases of OBS. And then for video creators, any video creators in the audience? Anybody create video? You're gonna love this. So we're introducing something we call Smart Access Video. Smart Access Video works with select applications when you pair the Ryzen 7000 series with the new Radeon 7000 series.
Okay.
And unlike other platforms that
Like
can really
quick
only
sync.
make use of either your CPU or your GPU's video compression engines, Smart Access Video distributes the encoding and decoding workloads across both your Ryzen CPU and your Radeon
quick
graphics
sync.
card's video compression engines,
It might
enabling
work
faster
slightly
4K
differently, but it's not like it
and
doesn't exist
8K
already.
editing. And when it comes to batch transcoding, Smart Access Video reduces parallel transcoding times by nearly 1/3. Smart Access Video will be available across applications like OBS, Premiere Pro, FFmpeg, and more starting in December. So next,
Okay. So now we know when they're coming out. Well, you guys probably already knew, but December.
let me share with you how we're bringing all these technologies and all this greatness together for you into our AMD Advantage solutions. So when we first introduced Advantage laptops, we raised the bar of what defines just a great portable gaming experience. And Advantage laptops have been carefully designed and developed with our partners to ensure that their premium experiences are felt throughout. Multiple models of these laptops are available in market right now from your favorite OEM and SI partners. And look, nothing compares to building your own desktop if you can, all right? But for those of us that maybe don't have the time, the experience, or the will to do so right now, we've applied the great AMD Advantage design framework that we applied to laptops originally, and we're bringing that to desktops now. We've partnered with several leading system integrators to bring you these turnkey solutions.
Was that a Y60?
So that whether
Looked
you're
different.
gaming, you're streaming, or creating, Advantage desktops have been designed and developed with our partners to be the best desktops you'll find in the market. All the incredible performance you saw here today from the 7900 XTX, well, that's what you can expect with Advantage desktop systems. It
Okay.
starts by pairing our Ryzen 9 processor and our Radeon XTX graphics card. Then we amplify that performance with our smart technologies, including Smart Access Memory and Smart Access Video, as well as the full feature set of Adrenalin software, including Radeon Super Resolution, AMD Noise Suppression, HyperRX, and more. But Advantage goes even further than that by ensuring every component, from the motherboard to the NVMe drives to the memory, the power supply, all the rest, they all work seamlessly together, and they're all tuned for maximum performance with every design and quality metric followed. Next, we
That's good.
focus
I like
on
that.
each
I like that. I think it's
system
good for
delivering
desktops.
its full graphics
system
potential.
integrators.
We know that peak
That's cool
visual
that they put that
quality and
attention
performance
on system integrators. Like, that's awesome. You're going to see more of it with OEM, probably, at first. But if they said they work with the top system integrators, I mean, I need to ring up iBuyPower, see what they're looking at here, because I haven't done a review for iBuyPower in a while. I think doing a AMD Advantage system review would be really cool. I think that would be something to look for. So I don't know if you guys agree. Let me know.
are incredibly important to gamers. So Advantage desktops have been thermally designed, reliably powered, and rigorously tested to ensure that they deliver on the highest resolution and refresh rate experiences possible on the 7900 XTX. And it all comes together when you pair them with one of the over 2,500 AMD FreeSync monitors available, allowing you to experience the most demanding games at their smoothest and highest settings. And of course, each Advantage desktop is built to game, with a full configuration of premium components, all tuned and tested reliably to give you maximum performance every single time. We're really excited to be working with all of these partners on bringing you the first generation of
I see you guys. I see you. Okay. I went left to right here, and I was like, oh, cool. Not one of these companies talks to me. And then I got to Zydax, and I was like, what's up, Zydax? Oh, cool.
Advantage desktops.
Of course, Falcon Northwest
It's been
right in the
awesome
center.
to
The
be here with you guys
OGs.
today. This is a historic moment. Thank you so much for your time. Let me welcome Scott back on the stage.
By the way, guys, if you were ever wondering, we're going to get back to this in a second, but if you're ever wondering, why hasn't Braithorn talked about Falcon Northwest, for those who know who Falcon Northwest is? And that's because you already know who Falcon Northwest is. And my job is to get consumers to the right system integrator for them. Falcon Northwest is the OG system integrator, And their particular type of clientele, if you're the right kind of customer for Falcon Northwest, you probably already know about them. It's almost been an intimidating thing for me because, I mean, that's one thing. I watched a review of one of their systems by Robitech, and he was like, I wanted one of these when I was a kid. I was like, yes, when I was young. I wanted one of those too. We'll cover them eventually. It's just been a thing where it's like, I've looked. I mean, they're the OGs. They're really, really good, and it's like, I don't know. I need to cover them, but it's like, who am I to cover? They're like, cover Falcon Northwest. It's one of those dumb feelings that I need to ignore and just get into that. But anyway, back to the thing. They're really cool though. Whoop, I messed up my own transition. Let's go back to this and let's just pretend I didn't do that. Okay, cool. Let's get back to it.
Okay, are you ready? Yeah. All right, what an incredible day of announcements that will transform the future of graphics in games. The AMD Radeon 7900 series, built for extreme performance to drive 4K and 8K high refresh rate gaming monitors, powered by the world's most advanced gaming graphics architecture, RDNA 3. Here we go. Starting December 13th, 2022, you'll be able to purchase the 7900 XTX for $999. The world's fastest gaming card under $1,000.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's $1,000, man. You don't do it just so you could say that. That's so. Ugh. But okay. Okay. They max out until the 7950 XTX, right? They max out at $1,000. But the range I was looking for, if y'all remember, something between we need cards between $500 and $900. And I'm not talking about Q2 next year. I'm talking about now. Because the way that these companies do this is that they do this to compete with each other, not to provide something to you. When it comes to their first releases, their big announcements, they want your money, they want your attention, but they're still just butting heads. That's why it's always the flagships. Flagships only. That's it. And I mean, what happened with NVIDIA? What happened with NVIDIA? They wouldn't even say that they were releasing something. Well, they released a 3070 last time at $500. But no, that's not we're not in the same landscape anymore because they've grown fat off of the shortages. They did. They absolutely just absolutely record profits during the shortages. That was when NVIDIA planned out the architecture for Ada Lovelace. Back in the early parts of the shortages when it was like, wow, we can just sell these for whatever we want. And this mining boom will probably never end. The crypto boom will probably never end. That's why Ada Lovelace as an architecture is so expensive. That's why their cards are overpriced. They're not actually overpriced. They're just very expensive to produce, and they're overpriced. It's both. It's a little bit of both. It's an expensive architecture to produce. And it takes a couple of years to conceptualize, design, and then do all your prototyping and testing and all of this stuff for a new architecture. It takes a couple of years. So there was no slowing down that train. And what did they do? They ordered too much from TSMC. Remember that? And they tried to cancel half of their order. That's how expensive that silicon is for Ada Lovelace, for the 40 series GPUs. So what do? They just overprice everything. It's 4090s, $1,600, only $100 more than the 3090 was. Still, it shouldn't be labeled as a GeForce card. It's a Titan card. It's a workstation card. But whatever, right? I'm going to review one tonight. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, that's right. On Twitch, later on, guys. Later on tonight. Probably going to be around 9 p.m. Central, just because I change everything and set everything up for it. But I'm going to try for 8 p.m. Central. Just keep an eye on my Twitter, @Braithorn. Unboxing and testing a 13900K 4090 system from Skytech. And if you've got the money for it, it's an amazing system. It is. I don't think, based on what we've seen here, that the 7900 XTX is going to beat it. However, It's going to use way less power and cost way less money. It is literally 2/3 the price. Well, less than 2/3 the price, because that would have been if it was the versus the 3090. $1,000, 2/3 of $1,500, right? And then just $100 less though for the. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this real quick, just so I can. All right. All these guys standing up and getting in the way. Yeah, you're lucky you get to be there. Shut up. Okay, let's look at this. $899. Wait, what does that mean? September? What is it? What is that? December 13th, 2022. Oh, price. Okay, sorry. I was like, not September, December. Okay. Also, by the way, why December 13th? It could have been sooner than that, man. Like, they've done it to where they announce something and release it a couple of weeks later. But okay, sure. At least they're still kind of missing the holiday season, because making them available December 13th, it's going to take longer than that to get them to system integrators regularly. So I'm excited about these cards. Don't take my tone wrong here. I'm disappointed because last time they released 3 cards at 3 varying price points. They could have done the same here. I don't know why they didn't. But when I say the 7900 XTX is not going to beat the 4090 in raw benchmarks, that it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. That's not a gaming GPU. In fact, this is almost not a gaming GPU with a 24 gigs of VRAM. I would say the 7900 XT is more of a gaming GPU. But that's what they're focused on. All it has to beat is the 4080. It doesn't have to beat the 4090. Because even the 4080 is more expensive than this. So that's all it has to beat to be an amazing value. It doesn't have to beat the $1,600 4090. And let's all be honest here. $1,600 if you're lucky. Or you get the Founders Edition, which is competitive. It's a good card. But, like, that's not the goal. It's not even in the same ballpark price-wise. So that's what everyone thinks about. Is like, oh, is it going to be better? Who has the best card right now? Who freaking cares? Can you afford it anyway? I can't. I really can't. This whole thing measuring contest is why cards are sucking up so much power and processors are sucking up so much power. And it makes them lose sight of efficiency, which is where the real engineering is. The real genius is in efficiency. That's what they focused on here. I love that. I think that's awesome. I don't need these things. Well, I mean, and then you do see them saying things like up to 900 FPS or something in very specific games. Who needs that in Valorant? Okay? You're still going to lose if you're not good at gaming. It won't make you a good gamer. It won't make you better. It can make a difference for pros, but anyways, I'm not saying you're probably awesome, by the way. Better than me anyway. I don't get time to game. But regardless, I'm sad that they didn't drop a $799 or $699 card. It's something like that would have been great. Like, this is $900. They just skirted around the range I was looking for. Man. It's so tone deaf. It is so tone deaf. Read the freaking room. And by room, I mean economy. And by economy, I mean that we're in a recession. You should be doing what Intel is doing and pricing down your GPUs. I mean, they don't have one over $400. And it can game. It can game. It'll run it can stream. It can does AV1 encoding. It does the A770, does 1440p. There you go. Is it as fast as a 3060 Ti? No. It's also cheaper, though, and has AV1 encoding. 3060 Ti doesn't. The sad thing here is that I have to turn to you guys and tell you, okay, unless your budget is $2,500 or more, very likely, $2,000 to $2,500, you have to buy 2-year-old hardware. Sorry. I hate that. It drives me crazy. That hardware is still great. It's still good. It's still perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that hardware. It didn't get slower just because this broadcast today. Okay? That hardware is still fine. But it's just really frustrating when the newest stuff comes out and it's for either those willing to go into a lot of debt or for the wealthy. Like, how is this fun? This isn't fun. It's kind of cool, but it's not fun for most people who are like, look at that thing I'll never get. Now, this is more within reach, 100% more within reach than what NVIDIA put out there. I mean, if you don't have $1,200 or more, get bent. Get out of here. Buy our old stuff. Please. Actually, please buy it. We have too much of it. And it just... I get launching the flagship. Also launched the mid-range. It was done before. You guys did it before. They did it before. NVIDIA, when launching 30 series, launched a $500 card. That's still a lot of money, to be clear. But it is accessible. And what was the... Let me see. It was the 6800. Let's just check this real quick. Oops. RX 6800 MSRP was $579. There you go. $579. Launched during their keynotes. Here we are. $899 is a minimum buy-in price, baby. You ain't got that? Buy our old stuff. Please. We still have a lot of it. So it really is just complete tone deafness. It's not reading the room. It's like, they could have skipped the 7900 XTX, made it a special thing later, or skipped the 7900 XT and just done the XTX. They didn't need two cards $100 away from each other. That makes no sense. It's completely tone deaf. Who the hell's not going to spend an extra $100 to get the top dog card? It's $100. Why would you price your cards so close at launch? There should be a range of prices. This price is a fart away from the other one. $100 is not insubstantial, an inconsequential amount of money. I understand that. But when you're looking at a $1,000 card versus a $900 card, you're already in that range. Would you pay $100 for an X? That's what you're looking at. And it's not the first time AMD's had you pay $100 for the letter X or $50 for the letter X. They love that letter. Oh, it's so many money dollars come from that one letter. But here you get two of them. I'm upset. I'm upset because, like, stepping back, forgetting about all the cool effects and things all the cool advancements, looking at the practical reality is that it's unrealistic because they just don't care about the mid-range. They want to compete with each other, and they want to. They're throwing their hat in the game when it comes to the just getting those benchmarks. That's what it's about. Getting on those charts. I mean, if NVIDIA doesn't release a card that's $500, why would we? What are we, fools? This is not my favorite thing right here. Like, that's fine. That's fine right there. This is not fine. Alternately, this is fine right here. Okay, honestly, what I'd like to see, this right here, make that $800. Put a $200 range between each card and also have more than two. Like, don't do it the way NVIDIA did it, which was completely stupid. And they had to unlaunch that, which it hadn't even launched yet. Unlaunch was unannounced is really what it was. Johnny H, if I can afford the XT, then yep, I'm 100% going for XTX for just another $100. Yeah, when you're already paying that much for a card, you know, it's right there. It's like they're saying, good luck, nerds. Have fun trying to get this one. Well, this is the XT, and that's the XTX is what I'm talking about. Oh, sometimes with the letter T, too. Right. Now I get it. Okay, I get it. But my KD needs the frames. Oh, what's up, Ben? How's it going? Love these reference designs for once. Oh, the reference designs are gorgeous. My problem, you guys look at my thumbnail. What's in the thumbnail? If you can see it at this point, I don't know. There's 3 cards there. One of them has 2 fans. Where's that card? Was that just a render? Probably. I just grabbed it off the internet. I was in a hurry. It was like at 3 in the morning. I was like, oh, I need a thumbnail. You know what? I haven't watched the rest of this.
The world's
Maybe there is
fastest
another
gaming card under $1,000. Also on December 13th, 2022, you'll be able to purchase the 7900 XT for $899, $999, and $899. The world's most advanced gaming GPUs powering your gaming rig for years to come. That's the end of our show. Thank you for joining us today, and we can't wait to get these gaming cards in your hands in December. Have a great rest of your day.
It's just cartoons with graphics. Appropriate, I guess. All right. Yeah. Very cool. Okay, so I went on a rant there a little bit. I know. Some of y'all like it when I do that, so fine. You know, I'll do it, of course. And it's really, really, really dumb to see these things be $100 apart when they should have had something for maybe even upper mid. You know, $700 card, something more accessible. I keep calling it tone deaf. I can't think of it as anything else. It is absolutely tone deaf. Intel understands their top-of-the-line card is mid-range. That's genius. That's where most buyers are at. I honestly feel like I need to get a system with the Intel, with the A750 or A770, either one, because they're close to each other, and test it and see if I can start recommending this thing for you guys. Because you can actually get an A750 from, I think, iBuyPower, and at a great price. I'm really sick of this thing. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just they're just, Nvidia priced themselves out of the market 100%. They're priced out of the market. If you can afford it, it is a premium product and you'll get a ton of performance out of it. But the market, I'm talking about a lot of people. If you're there thinking I want a 4090, that's cool. It's an amazing card. But most people are not anywhere near that price range. That GPU costs as much as or more than most people's entire PC budgets. I say that knowing I'm going to be unboxing one later, okay? I want you guys to know, if you come to that stream, and I would love you to come to that stream, it's going to be fun. I mean, it's always fun to test high-end hardware. Just know that I'm not lost in the sauce there. Like, I understand that it's not for everybody. Sorry, I need to make sure I got something. That's a little loud. Go back to this guy. Yeah, I know it's not for everybody. In fact, that's something I'm going to straight up say during that stream, which will become the review video. And that is going to be on the Twitch channel, by the way. I don't know, maybe I should start doing those here. The unboxing and testing streams, maybe those should be here instead. I can't do both because I'm a Twitch partner and I can't multi-stream because of that. One of the downsides to being a Twitch partner actually is that you can't do that. But at least they don't mind that I stream elsewhere if I'm not streaming on Twitch. Hi, YouTube. It's you know, the 4090 of course is amazing. The 4080 is probably going to be awesome. Thank God we don't have to say 4080 16 gig anymore. But the whole problem with the controversy around the 4080 12 gig is that now we have to wait until they re-announce it. It's going to add months to getting a card under $1,000 from NVIDIA. Yay, they changed the name. Yay. Why don't they just not do that in the first place? Call it a 4070. Look at the bus width. It's not a 4080. Anyways, that's a whole different stream. That's a whole different company than who we're talking about now. I will say, having looked at everything AMD did, finally, their cards are for more than just gaming. In truth, at least we will see. Because as you guys know, as you might know, it's not just about the hardware from the GPU, from NVIDIA or from AMD, and it's not just about their drivers. Well, actually, yes, it is. It's not just about their firmware that they have with it, or their little program that they have that tries to do everything and takes up compute and memory, CPU and memory. It's also about other companies, other software, working with them. That's something NVIDIA has been cultivating for a very long time. And now, what did we hear a lot of during this keynote? We heard a lot of, we've been working with this, we've been working with them, we've partnered with OBS. They partnered with OBS. Before this, I was saying, man, you know, it sucks that OBS only supports AV1 for Intel, not Intel, for NVIDIA. Like, that's so short-sighted. Because what about Intel's AV1? But I imagine, that's when I was like, okay, they're coming out in December. He's like, launching in December, OBS, AV1 for AMD, for Radeon. Cool. I can actually start looking at these GPUs that are a better deal as good all-around options for people who want to have a multi-purpose system, not just a gaming machine. Because you guys got to realize, that's most people want a multi-purpose system. There's a lot of people who just want to game. That's totally fine. A lot of people just want to game. But that number has shrunk since 2 years ago. The last 2 years, the number of people who want to do something, anything, streaming, content creation, whatever, has just multiplied in the last 2 years. So I guess they saw that, and they stepped up their game. Also, AV1 is just supposed to be in everything. The Alliance for Open Media, I believe, is the organization behind that. Has so many huge corporations and companies behind it, because it's not just for better streams and make your streams look crispy. It's expensive to host streamers. Right now, it's costing YouTube money for me to be live and to have you watch me. It costs bandwidth. And if everything moves over to AV1, that's going to be less bandwidth. So that's why you can trust that. That's why I was fairly certain it was going to be in AMD's GPUs. Man, I got it. You know who I think I really feel bad for here is Intel. Had they gotten everything, you know, it was like a year and a half ago they were supposed to launch the ARC GPUs. At least a year ago. And just nothing. Nothing. Oh, it's going to be summer. Oh, it'll be in fall. Oh, it'll be in this millennia, probably. But they were supposed to come out with AV1 encoding before anybody else, and they did. They did with the A380. Honestly, they could have really, really gotten their foot in the door in this industry if they had gotten their stuff out faster. But as I told Andrew at NVIDIA Andrew at Intel when I was talking to him at, I think it was PAX East, actually, when I first met him. I said, I'd rather it be right than right now. And even then there were some issues with it, but they're ironing those out. So we do have a third competitor here now, but they came in with a whisper rather than a bang, and that's okay. I really want a review unit for an Intel GPU. That's what this really made me want, because Intel gets it on price. These guys and NVIDIA don't get it. Yes, make your flagship. Charge whatever the hell you want for it. Whoever wants that flagship will buy it. You're not being a hero of the people for making your flagship $1 less than $1,000, so you could say it's under $1,000. You're not a hero of the people there. We need good, affordable graphics cards with this new technology. That's what we need. And Intel gets that. I wish the product were a bit more mature, but you can't wish for something to be more mature. You simply have to wait for something to mature, drivers to mature, integrations to happen. I love the tech here, and that's what I should be talking about. But I'm not the smartest person when it comes to graphics technology. I can't go. There was some stuff he was saying there where I was like, yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. I'm not. That's the thing about when you get into, when you're into technology, and I did 10 years of IT work, I've been building PCs for 25 years, all of that stuff. There are so many facets to something like IT, the information technology, the field of information technology, that you can work your whole life in IT and never create a website or never even build a computer. Never learn database management. Oh, I never learned how to set up a SQL server. Yeah, I can do a little bit of that. I can do a little bit of this. That's my experience. Broad and shallow. So I wasn't hyper-focused into specific components. I knew how to put a good system together, and that's all I need to do what I do with you guys. If you want something like that, you go to Gamers Nexus, or you go to Level 1 Techs. Those guys, that's the thing, is you look at tech YouTubers, it's the same thing. Some are experts at one thing, others are experts at other things. I want water cooling stuff, I'll go watch Jay. Also, there's other guys that do tons of water cooling stuff. GGF Events make some of the most beautiful water cooled systems you will ever see. There's also modders that I like to watch. But if I just want generic tech content, Linus Tech Tips, that's more like me, where it's broad and shallow. They do some very detailed things there. But I'm saying that the variety is very broad. So I'm not really an expert when it comes to telling you about, oh, that's good, that has so many flops. That has the most flops out of all of the cards that have flops in them. Cool, I know what a teraflop is, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of comparison, does it really matter to you? The very fine details of a GPU? Or does the overall performance and value matter to you? I feel that that's my audience. And I love that, because that's, in the long run, that's what is going to matter the most. Something can be amazing, but if I can't afford it, not super useful to me, right? And to me, AMD is still, they're okay, they're doing okay. They should have released another card. They should have released a mid-range card. Now we got to wait until whenever for them to announce that. I still can't recommend them for anything under a system under $2,500 or $2,000 probably, because of the way the cards are the only new cards, right? If someone says I want to stream and I want AMD, if I want Radeon graphics, okay, well, the budget needs to match that, because these new cards in December are going to be expensive. So that sucks that I can't recommend that. Makes me sad, but it's okay. They're not doing the NVIDIA thing and just basically saying, you're not on the list. So for those who can't afford a 4090, it's great, I'm sure. I'm going to find out tonight. We're going to test the hell out of that thing. And for people who make money making content, I actually imagine it's going to be worth the price. But I'm going to need to test this thing. I'm going to need to test it against. Now that I know that this is going to be a good content creation platform as well, Radeon 7000 series, I'm going to have to test these things to hell and back against each other. I'm talking about tests that I haven't really focused on before. And I don't mean to make the content. That content will exist already on launch day. I doubt I'm going to get any of these cards before launch day. I don't really rate that yet. I don't get that kind of treatment yet. Getting a card on before launch day, getting the hardware before launch day. I'll get a whole PC with it afterwards. I'm cool with that. I probably need to send it back, but that's like, as long as I get to test it, that's cool. But more from my own form of my own codex. What fits into where? What makes sense where? So we'll see. But for right now, guys, I think that's. Let me take a look through the chat real quick. First off, I guess I need a mod here because that's obviously not our normal type of chatter here. Oh, cool. I lost my whole chat. I lost everything you guys said. Well, hold on. I think... No, it's not a good time to insert ads. Leave me alone. I don't want to run ads. Dude, seriously, I just lost my chat. Does this not give me mod abilities here? Oh, that's cool. Can someone at least report that? Oh, here it is. Here we go. I got it. Can I just say that putting hide user on this channel right next to add moderator is a horrible idea? It's not even a good sentence. New, a dating online. There we go. Well, I mean, I might as well. Moderator elsewhere. There you go. What's up, Alucard? Yeah, the non-XTX. God, I hate that they... Like, okay, they did the same thing too, by the way. How stupid is that? They launched two 7900s. You idiots! Did you not see what happened to NVIDIA? Do you not have eyes to see and ears to hear? I can't believe I overlooked that. But it came to me here when Joseph Thierry was like, what is the price of these 7900? And that did not tell us which one they meant, because there are two 7900s. You had one job, NVIDIA, AMD. You had both of y'all, actually. Both of y'all. All you gotta do is name a product. Whoever's job it is to name that thing. And they're like, let's call this the 7900, and let's call that one the other more different 7900. Good job, guys. Way to go. You're breaking the mold there. Like, why couldn't there be a 7800? Why do these have to be two levels of one card? Like that's great. It's great, guys. It really is great. Please put me on your list to be on the embargo and get this stuff ahead of time, so I can please be informed. Because I've got people who are listening to me at this point, and I don't feel prepared when things release to make good judgment calls. So, but yeah, I feel like these are going to be for people in the $2,500 range on their budget. It's a great option. You got to wait till December 13th, and certain system integrators won't have them yet, but some ones will. So, yeah, we have more info now. I'm going to cover some of this stuff on next Monday's System Integrators Weekly. But guys, let me take a look through chat here again, and I did get my chat back. I love the rants. It's the explosion of passion, says Johnny H. I'm glad to hear it. Can we please get better streaming support for the 6000 series cards? Eric Bigham, they actually stated that they're working with OBS on improving encoding on 6000 series cards. So that is the thing that they already talked about. They can't change the hardware in 6000 series, but that was why anyone who wanted to stream, I told them to stay away from 6000 series GPUs. Just get NVIDIA, regardless of whether you like it or not. They had the encoding chops at the time, and now everybody's going to have it. NVIDIA ain't got the claim to fame on that anymore. Although we do need to wait for independent reviews to really, like, before you guys drop a bunch of money on something, wait for independent reviews, of course. AMD will usually lift an embargo the day before launch, which is good. At least it's better than what yeah. I can picture 2,000 to 2,500 easy depending on the components. Right. And here's the thing, though. There's obviously, for someone who wants to do content creation, there seems to be a clear benefit going with Zen 4. But wait, did they? Hold on. Let me go back. Did they say Zen 4 or just AMD processors in general? Give me a sec. I'm getting there. I gotta find this. The smart video access is what I'm looking for. Oh, it's gonna have to have, okay. It's gonna have to be Zen 4. Very likely. Because it has to have an iGPU, right? God, I wish the scrubbing through the video wasn't like at the lowest resolution possible, like 144 resolution. Can we just appreciate how smug he was when he was talking about DisplayPort 2.1 and there aren't even monitors for it yet? Like that, I love that. I love that. I love when, because you got AMD is a massive company, massive corporation, yes, but relative to NVIDIA, they're the underdog. Hell, if you look at the actual size of NVIDIA, the actual size and the valuation of the companies, everyone's an underdog compared to NVIDIA. But what I'm trying to find is, now that's a dual media engine. Let's go back and scrub through. You can see what I'm seeing. So 8K 60 AV1 encode and decode, that's sick. AI enhanced video encode, yada yada. Simultaneous encode and decode for AVC and HEVC. It's actually good. Like that. But where is the, what I'm looking for is the gaming. Where was the mention of smart video access? Or
and so this
smart access video. I think it was after he was talking about the hardware.
Each connected to 60.
Like, how am I supposed to find anything? Look at this resolution.
Final enhancement. Compelling game. 65.
Okay.
Well, 6.
Scott, you're great on stage, dude. You're just straight up great on stage. I want to let you know. You won't see this, but I appreciate you. I perceive you. Throwing shade in NVIDIA. Yeah, for the also for the adapter. Oh man, I mean their reference cards. 2 8-pin, dual 8-pin. And it's
Tracing
possible.
is used to full effect.
Okay, so what you're going to want, if you're looking for a card to really overclock, you're going to want an AIB card. The reason is, what you get is a total of 375, no, hold on, let me see. So, 375 watts with 2 8-pins and your PCIe power. Because the PCIe slot can provide power, so up to 75 watts of power, and each 8-pin can provide 150. So considering that they're looking at 355 for the GDP of the 7900 XTX, there's not a lot of headroom there with the power design that they have, the actual physical design. Something to keep in mind. So if you like the reference card a lot and you're an overclocking enthusiast, maybe swerve on that one and wait for an AIB card that is going to have a triple 8-pin connector, because then you'll have another 150 watts of headroom. Just, where is it? Okay, I don't know where it was. But I get the feeling that you're going to have an iGPU in order to use Smart Access Video. So that's going to mean Zen 4. And Zen 4 is not the best platform right now for buy-in costs. So that means Alucard basically, and I'm bringing my chat back over here so I'm not looking to the right and then talking to the left. That means Alucard, basically what you're looking at is going to be that $2,500 range rather than $2,000. Because you're gonna look at an expensive motherboard too, not just because of the platform that it is, but having one that has more I/O and all that. And then also a higher end Zen 4 CPU, because you're gonna want the extra cores. This does help a lot though, because what you're looking at before was, regardless of whoever was running the benchmark, in many of them, the 7950X would win for Premiere Pro performance. However, that wasn't factoring in QuickSync. And now you're going to have SAV, I guess, is the acronym, is Smart Access Video. So that's basically their version of QuickSync. But for QuickSync, all you need is an Intel processor and a GPU, which generally most content creators go with NVIDIA. Now, you're going to have that choice to make, which is, if you want to go with a Radeon card, you probably should go with a Zen 4 CPU if you're doing content creation. If you're just gaming, it shouldn't be an issue, but NVIDIA doesn't make processors. They don't make processors. That is actually an advantage that AMD has. Get right there, AMD Advantage. Anyway, because of that, they can actually work on specific integrations in-house. It's different departments, the CPU department and the GPU department, but they can work on those integrations in-house, and that can actually lead to some benefits that you'll find later on, like that they can add in through firmware, software, that kind of thing. So yeah, definitely something to consider. But I can see why. Can you see why now they put iGPUs on every Zen 4 processor? Makes sense now, doesn't it? Now, they only have 2 compute units. They're not gaming GPUs, integrated GPUs. They're for this. It's for this. It's for Smart Access Video, for basically shared encoding. Smart move. Very smart move. So I got to appreciate that. Oh, thank you for doing that, Alucard. Appreciate that. The good news is AMD should not catch your PC on fire when you plug it in. It's true. It would seem production had only recently started, and often lower models of the product of binning, so this often feeds the supply of the lower models, some of the best budget GPUs bin. And that's true. That is absolutely true. But binning's been happening since manufacturing started. So that should have been it. Yes, it can be a slightly slower production time, but you can still plan for it. I don't know. And besides which, think about this, Board Chaos. We're talking about a chiplet design. Binning doesn't work the same way that we thought it might, that it does with a monolithic design. You're talking about smaller pieces of silicon. So binning doesn't work the same way. I mean, at least it won't yield the same kind of results, the same typical results. So they can literally, I mean, they're really writing the book when it comes to a chiplet design on a GPU. And if anyone knows how to do chiplet stuff, it's these guys. But yeah, they could have done it. Had they really wanted to, they could have had a $500 GPU for us. But that's not sexy. It's not sexy to show off your $500 GPU. Which is why NVIDIA wants to charge $900 for their $500 GPU. Oh, Joseph Thierry, thank you for the super chat. I didn't realize that you could do those. Thank you. Thank you for that. And they say when they start to take pre-orders. Pre-orders are going to be through retailers. So yeah, it's going to be through retailers. Now they are going to have their own cards. I'm guessing they're going to sell them themselves. I don't think they're going to do the same Best Buy thing where it's like, oh, this is exclusive. The NVIDIA Founders Edition being exclusive to certain vendors, to Best Buy basically. So I think you'll get it from AMD, but they just announced that the things exist. So we'll find out more about that soon, I'm sure. So another year of 30 series cards for mid builds. I'm hoping not. CES in January. It's coming up super fast. I know January sounds a long ways away, but if I intend to go there, which I really want to, I need to start planning that. But CES, we're going to see more cards probably. Let's look at that. Let's look at that actually. Let's look at the history of this. In terms of, I'll change screens here in just a second. So let's see. When was the 30s? Launch date. Okay, so there you go. So the 3060 was launched February 25th, 2021, while the the 3090, 3080, and 3070 were launched late in the year prior. So yeah, we're looking at Q1 2023 to start getting more cards, very likely. What we're going to get is an announcement from NVIDIA. Here's the 4070 or 4060 or whatever they turn that card into. And here's that, and launching in February. Now let's for the RX 6700 XT. Space there. March 3rd, 2021. You see what I'm getting at here? So we're looking at Q1, Q2. So not another year. No. It launched on March 18th. So that's why I'm surprised that they're waiting till December 13th. Typically, you'll see AMD launch stuff within a month after they announce it. And I say typically. There are exceptions, of course. So I'm surprised they didn't do November, around Black Friday or whatever, you know, when people are spending all of their money. You know, but yeah, we're looking at Q1, Q2. We're going to get mid-range budget cards. I just wish it was now, because for you guys, for the people I help, what am I supposed to do? Tell you guys, wait 4 more months? Or get something that's nearly 2 years old? That's tough. That's really tough. That's the position I don't like being in right now. But I just hate to see these companies ignoring most of the market. Most of the market is around $500 on a GPU. If you know, give or take a couple $100, okay? We're in a recession. It's really just, again, I have to come back to it. It's very tone deaf. But at this point, this is going to live as a VOD on the YouTube channel, so I need to cut it, and I need to start getting ready for the Twitch stream later on, where I'm unboxing the Skytech PC and testing it on stream. So we're going to do that. If you guys think I should do that here, let me know. In comments on this VOD or something. Commenting on the VOD, liking the stream, all that stuff does help a lot. Thank you guys for that. And go check out the TwitchCon video. It's actually a lot of fun. And most people don't check out my event videos, but that one's a ton of fun. Great interviews there. Go check that out, please. I should actually... I think I can do the thing where I send you over to that, but I'm not going to do that. That'd be stupid. But I'll link it here. Do that. And we'll call. I got to start rearranging my entire room for this thing. And also, I want to watch everybody else's videos on this stuff because they have more information than I do. Because they were there. Jay is there. Kyle's there. Pretty sure Steve is there. Maybe. Hold on. Let me see.
Here are some up-close
Oh yeah, they're there. Sad. I'm not big enough yet to get invites to these kinds of things. But thankfully I get to be here with you guys, and that is very gratifying. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I got way more viewers on my first YouTube stream than I would have thought. I was hanging around 70 something a lot of the time. That was really cool. So thank you very much, guys. It seriously means the world to me that I was able to successfully stream on YouTube eventually. Sorry it was about an hour late. But had to have internet to do it. AMD and GPU, AMD and NVIDIA competing with each other and not for customers. Yep. Jordan, yeah, they're looking at builds around that price. By the way, Joseph Thierry, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate that. I think that's my first one ever. Unless I missed one earlier, please let me know if I did, because that would make me a big old jerk. There's a link to the video for TwitchCon. Go watch that, because it was a lot of fun, and you'll see some familiar faces there. Really, really cool people, cool stuff, and yeah. So it was really good hanging out with you guys. I will see y'all soon. Tonight for the stream. It's probably going to be around 9 p.m. Central, because I have a lot of setup to do. This whole thing, trying to get this going, sent me way back. But it's going to be fun. So I hope you guys can make it. 9 p.m. Central, twitch.tv/Brayathorn. I'll see y'all there. And until then, take care.